Hi, I'm John Blatchford, Pacific Northwest agronomist and Oregon grower rep for Hopsteiner. We're here in the beautiful Yakima Valley today, just outside of Mabton, Washington. Coming to you today from one of our 16660 plantings just outside of Mabton, Washington. This is one of our new experimental aroma varieties that we're very excited about. It has a very high 4-MMP and journal content, so some really interesting applications that it can have either dry hop or late in your brewing process. Wanted to talk to you today about kind of just a growing update. Here we are end of April, first part of May. So we're still early on in the growing season, but there's some pretty strong indications as to how the season might go. Tyler Kilkenny is going to talk to us about Washington specifically, so I'll kind of talk about Oregon and Idaho a little bit. Water outlook for Idaho and Oregon, we're sitting all right. Our water situation could always be better, of course, but our snowpack is within acceptable range for both those states, and our reservoir levels are still doing pretty good. So I think we should be set up pretty good in Oregon and Idaho this year. Disease pressure in all three states with Oregon and Idaho are still relatively low. A little bit of powdery mildew showing up in a few spots in Idaho and Oregon, downy mildew in those two states. But again, we're pretty early in the growing season, so we're still kind of at pruning time. So not too much of a concern at this point, but definitely something to keep a watchful eye on. Pest pressure, as far as insects and mites, has been low. I know last time we talked, we were finding some overwintering spider mites. We're still finding some of those beneficials, but the mite population itself is still pretty stable, so we're not too overly concerned at this point about any high flare-ups of anything, but still plenty of time left in the season, so time will tell.
How's it going? This is Tyler Kilkenny out at Golden Gate Hop Ranches in Mabton, Washington. This is a typical spring day out here in eastern Washington. Starting to blow pretty good. So this variety behind us is one of our new varieties, 16660, and we planted them as roots about, it's been about a month now, and we're really happy with the take on the roots, and they seem to be really healthy and robust. We've had some warmer temperatures, so that's really helped them take root well. Right now we have the crew going through and doing some hand weeding in here, and we just gave it a shot of water last week, and cover crops starting to become established, and we're really excited for this variety this season. Wanted to go over some season updates with you guys and kind of go over what we're looking at for this season. This winter we didn't get as much snowpack as we would have liked, but we did have quite a bit of rainfall throughout the winter into the early spring, which really set us up nice with good soil moisture this spring. We also had some abnormally warm temperatures in March, right around 80 degrees for a day or two. And that really woke everything up, and having good soil moisture, we really saw everything take off early this year. In terms of insects and disease, we really haven't seen any insect problems yet. And I know, judging by the forecast, it's going to be a drier, warmer summer, so I think keeping an eye on mites is a good idea as we go into the early parts of summer soon. Downy mildew, we're seeing a little bit in our susceptible varieties, but nothing that we're used to this time of year. Powdery mildew, I know that Oregon and Idaho are seeing a little bit over in those areas. We really haven't seen any here so far in this area. We've had quite a bit of warm weather the last several weeks, which has kind of dried things out after we get these passing storms. I think it's going to be a pretty early season just with the weather that we've had, and things are really taking off. We'll see what the summer brings.
And with that, stay tuned for more updates through the growing season here. Like I say, this is always my favorite time of year because the plants go from this stage to where they're 6-8 inches tall to well over 10-12 feet in just a short matter of weeks here. So as the crop develops and as pest pressure does what it does through the season, we'll keep you updated.